Alright, YouTube, it's your girl, Maisha Jade, and let's just get into some reactions, man. Right now we're going to be reacting to top 10 most dramatic moments ever in court. So let's see what they talk about, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what it's hitting for.
Georgia. After the child's mother reported the baby missing to police, local law enforcement immediately launched a search. Later that night, McNabb is seen in front of TV cameras begging for his child back.
I want my kid back, man. That's my child, man. I want my kid, man.
Okay.
The next day, the child's body was found in a nearby wooded area. The cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, which was later ruled a homicide.
Now, that's a
McNabb
wild
was
place to
arrested
live
and
right
charged with the murder of his own 2-week-old baby. After
Are
he
you
was
serious?
found guilty, we now move on to the sentencing. McNabb can then be heard claiming his innocence.
I'm innocent. I didn't do it. I've maintained that the whole time. I would never do this. That's all I got to say. I would never do it.
Brother,
I'm
them
innocent.
And now
them face tats tell a whole different tale. I'm just gonna be real with you. But hey, you can't judge a book by its cover. So that's true. But hey, you were found guilty, so obviously they had some, incriminating evidence against you. Let's get back to it.
the judge lets McNabb unknowingly choose his own sentence.
You claim you're innocent, so you tell me what sentence the man or woman that you claim did this should receive.
If you ever find out who did them, they deserve to be under the jail.
Okay, so they ought to get the maximum sentence.
Most definitely.
Okay. On the crime of malice murder, I sentence you to life in confinement without parole. On considering the death of another, I sentence you.
Hey man,
After McNabb was
you did it
handed
to
down the
yourself.
max sentence,
I mean, they was gonna
he
give
was
you the
moved to
max
Hays
anyway,
State
though,
Prison
right?
in Tryon, Georgia, where he is serving his life sentence.
I already know what gang he in prison. I ain't gonna say it, but it starts with an A. And never mind. AB.
This is Franklin Williams, who is convicted of multiple felonies, including armed robberies and fleeing police in Cleveland, Ohio.
And on the document,
Again, I'm going to interrupt. Mr. Williams, listen to me. I'm going to gag you in 1 second.
Williams conducted 3 armed robberies.
What does
before
that mean?
leading
Like, put
police
something in
on
his
a
mouth to shut him
high-speed
up?
chase.
Like a
He was
muzzle?
later arrested and convicted. Now, at his sentencing, Williams would not
Dog
stop
is
talking,
big.
despite more than a dozen warnings from the judge.
but you not letting me tell
That
you
means
what's
zip it right now.
You trying to?
Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't.
You gonna keep talking.
Here we
HIPAA
go.
law.
This resulted in the judge
What type of privacy rights you got in a public court, sir? HIPAA law.
ordering Williams' mouth to be taped shut.
Damn. They really about to tape his mouth. Bro, just chill.
That's what it is.
At a full
Is that legal? You can really tape somebody's mouth while they in court? I did not know that was legal. Oh my God.
court appearance, Williams has something to share with the judge and cameras.
Freedom of speech, no duct tape with the hashtag.
Aside from all the interruptions,
Bro, why
the
you ain't
judge
do the
can
back of
hand
your
down
hair, though?
Williams' sentence.
You face the potential
Like you
maximum
just did the front.
consecutive sentence of 134 years. I ordered a 24-year sentence.
After Williams received a 24-year prison sentence,
Oh,
the
okay.
judge later apologized for the duct tape and threw out that sentence. He then appointed a new judge, where she
Yeah, because I didn't think that was correct to do. Because how you going to tape somebody's mouth in their own hearing? That's a little weird.
sentenced him to 33 years behind bars. This is Camia Gamet, who is charged with the murder of her boyfriend in Jackson, Mississippi. Reportedly, the attack
Oh my God, in Jackson? I'm from Mississippi. I never heard of this before. Are you serious? My girl do look like a gangster though. She do look like she'll fuck you up.
happened during
Shut
an
up.
argument
She
between
might
the two individuals
out.
and ended with the boyfriend being violently stabbed to death. Gamet was arrested on first-degree murder charges. In court,
She
Gamet
pregnant?
would claim her murder was in self-defense and her boyfriend was attacking her. But in the end, she was found guilty of murder.
The way I was portrayed, mostly everything was lies. There was a little bit
Mostly.
of truth, but mostly I was convicted off
Not
lies.
everything.
We now move into
Just
the
mostly.
sentencing, where Gamet reportedly kept interrupting the judge.
You're gonna shut your mouth or I'm gonna have some duct tape put on it.
With Gamet showing
They duct taping everybody. That can't be legal. They just got duct tape on hand in court if you won't shut up. That's wild.
No remorse, the judge had some final words.
You stab, you stab, you stab, you stab until he was dead. I agree with the family. I hope you die in prison as well. You know, if this was a death penalty state, you'd be getting the chair.
In the end, Gamut was sentenced to life in prison without the
She
possibility.
gonna be good in there. Look at her. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with my girl. Ain't nobody fucking with Gambit, whatever shawty name is. Nobody. And I mean that.
Parole. This is Kimberly Kessar, who was charged with the murder of her coworker in Nassau County, Florida.
Jordan Beard is Jolene Cummings' cousin.
Kessar was working
What?
at a Tangle's hair salon under a fake name. She reportedly was on the run for 25 years and wanted in several states. She wouldn't be found until
This
she
is
brutally
Aileen
murdered
Warren's
her coworker
sister.
with scissors and allegedly disposed of her body. This is Kessar after she was arrested and awaiting trial.
Girl, look
Are we on
crazy.
mute anyway, so I can say whatever the I want?
We're not on mute.
Oh, okay.
And this is what it was like to supervise her in jail.
We began to remove feces from styrofoam trays in the back of her cell and smear on herself on the walls. She began to throw feces
Nah,
at
she
Smith and
shawty trying to get an insanity plea. You ain't crazy. You know exactly what you doing, Miss Aileen Jr.
Now, in the trial, she had to go to a separate room due to her outburst.
Damn, and this is recent because she got a COVID mask on. So this was at least, 2020 on up. Only like 3 years.
I refuse them. I have refused them. I refuse the public defender's office. They appointed Jolene Cummings' cousin as my public defender. What?
Who's
You don't
Jolene
want the public
Cummings?
to know that?
And she continuously made false claims about her former public defender.
Jordan Beard is Jolene Cummings' cousin. Jordan Beard is Jolene's cousin.
She was later
Who
found
is
guilty of
Jolene? I don't know what
first-degree murder
Jolene
and was
cousin did to her.
sentenced
She
life
really ain't
in
fucking with
prison
Jolene and
without
her family.
parole.
Like, at all.
If your business kept on employees through the pandemic, Innovation Refunds can see if it may qualify for a payroll.
Through the pandemic. Am I in the matrix right now? Because I was literally just talking about COVID. And now look, they talking about the pandemic.
Refund
That's
of up to
so
20.
weird, right?
This is Kyandria Cook, who was found guilty of carjacking charges in Volusia County, Florida. 18-year-old Cook and her then 17-year-old
young.
boyfriend had used a dating app to set up a carjacking, where the boyfriend reportedly shot the victim, leaving him seriously injured. After
See,
fleeing
now
the
I was just about to say it's just a carjacking. So, and she's 18, so like maybe she won't get as long. But then they said the boyfriend had shot somebody and left them severely injured. Lord, she going up the river.
and being on the run, the pair attempted another carjacking just 2 days
Two
later, but they
carjackings?
were arrested. Now in court, Cook stands in front of the judge for her involvement in the theft and shooting.
Keeps you guilty of all three charges, sentence you to 20 years in state prison.
20 years? Wait, hold on. Don't
That
you
is
be sitting
Cook's
up here
mother that
crying.
can be heard crying.
Oh, that's the mama crying. 20 years? She 18. She got it when she 28. If she make it, you know what I'm saying?
Reportedly, the reason for this very emotional outburst is there was a miscommunication with the assistant public defender, where Cook and her mother thought she wouldn't face any prison time.
How she thought that? What she do? Snitch or something? Cut a deal? Dang, that's messed up though. Somebody telling you like, oh yeah, you gonna be cool. You're not gonna serve no time. You getting that and get 20 years? Nigga, I'm crying too. I mean, I'm crying in general. I mean, I'm not even gonna do none of that stuff to even get in the courtroom.
Cook's
but I'm just
sentence was
saying.
later reduced to 11 years in prison.
11 is still long as shit. I mean, she'll get out when she 18? She'll get out when she what? My math a little off. Never mind.
This is Jacob Morgan, who at 17 years old was found guilty of setting a house fire that killed a family member in Rock Hills, South Carolina. Morgan was left alone to look after his 14-month-old stepbrother, and reportedly, prosecutors said Morgan intentionally set the fire that killed his family member. In court, Morgan is at a probable cause hearing. Listen as the judge speaks.
So therefore, I am going to find that there is probable cause to charge the individual for General Sessions Court for late charge.
Would you like that when you did that to that little baby?
Morgan settled for a
please.
plea
Ain't no
deal where he
mercy.
pleaded guilty to involuntary
Of course they give
manslaughter
this man
and unlawful neglect of a
What do you
child.
need a plea deal
However,
for?
he stated he loved his brother and he always maintained his innocence.
I love my brother. I still do to this very day. He's my best friend.
You look like an alfalfa.
And I just wish
I love you, darling.
Morgan was sentenced to 15 years in prison, but after serving only 7 years, he reportedly was released.
They let him out? Are you serious?
This
Must be
is
nice.
Ignacio Rodriguez, who is the suspect in the death of his
He look like
4-month-old
that.
son
Nice,
in
though.
San Antonio, Texas.
Why are these people killing their kids? Like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, you know, just don't have kids if you don't want them for real. You know, that's all you gotta do.
The child suffered a fractured skull and severe bleeding to the brain. Rodriguez was the lead suspect and was taken into custody. Now in court, Rodriguez stands in front of the judge where he is now facing a capital murder charge, but reportedly he instead pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of intentional or knowing injury to a child causing serious bodily injury.
Mr. Rodriguez, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty. The judge now hands down his sentence.
It is the order of the court that you be sentenced to 50 years confinement.
But this is the moment that the baby's mother confronts Rodriguez.
I hate more than anything what you did to our son, and for that I can never see myself forgiving you. You were supposed to be our protector, not the one to break our hearts.
When the
You're not
mother
gonna look
starts
at her,
talking
Cole?
about her other child, Rodriguez insists that she tells the truth.
As she gets older, she will start asking questions.
Man, tell her the truth. Tell her the truth. Tell her the truth. Tell her how everything was supposed to be. Tell her the whole truth. Don't lie to her. Tell her the whole truth. Tell her the whole truth.
What's the whole truth, Rodriguez? I don't think all the others matter. Because you done did what you done did. You done killed their little brother. So what the... I mean, you think if the mom sit there and say, like, oh, you know, yada, 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 I did this, that. You think it's going to cancel out what you did? You took a life of an innocent child. What do you mean, tell the truth? Look, he ready to do it again.
Court officials quickly remove Rodriguez
Get him
out of
up
the
out of
courtroom.
there. He ready to do it again.
He is currently serving his 50-year prison sentence.
What
Get
do you
him
want?
out of there.
Want a job that I don't hate? Want to do something
you,
that
bro.
matters?
This is Damon Kemp. He is charged with the double murder of his roommates in Daytona
Now, why
Beach,
you coming
Florida.
there
Police
doing
were
all
called
that?
to investigate a
Boy,
burglary at
say,
an apartment complex.
pain.
And it was here Kemp
First
allegedly
off, this man woke up with murder on his mind, huh? All right, Millie.
confessed to the murders. He was originally staying with his two roommates when both individuals were shot several times in the apartment. During Kemp's bond hearing, he's now escorted into court in a wheelchair.
Now you hurt after you done killed two people. Now you all hurt, right? Okay.
The judge tries to get Kemp's attention,
They
but
about to
he's
tape him.
completely ignored.
They about to tape you. You better be quiet, my guy.
Damon Kemp. I'm going to conduct
I hear
the
duct
first
tape hurt
hearing.
when you pull it off. At least that's.
For the victim's family, it got so tough they had to walk out. Kemp is currently in the Volusia County Jail awaiting his trial. This is Erica Butts and Shanita Cunningham. They were both charged with homicide by child abuse in Summerville, South Carolina. Butts, who was best friends with the child's mother, was supposed to be caring for the toddler for 2 weeks. The child was only 3 years old. She died from her injuries, reflecting weeks of torture. A time frame that matched the time she had spent with Butts and her lover at the time, Cunningham.
What must have been the excruciating sounds that came from that child is more than disconcerting to this court.
After
So y'all
both
need to get
women
up
were
off that
found
floor
guilty, the judge
and
now hands
accept
down
what
their
she
sentence.
give y'all. The court finds it appropriate that each be sentenced to the State Department of Corrections for a period of life.
They were just sentenced to
You
life
lucky you
in
didn't get the
prison.
death penalty. That's probably exactly how that baby sound. Y'all got what y'all deserve. Yo, do
Butts
that all the way
and
back to your
Cunningham
jail
are
cell,
reportedly
man.
at separate prisons serving their life sentences.
Have fun.
This is Anthony Kirkland, who is a convicted serial killer in Cincinnati, Ohio.
They say I am evil and a monster. They're right. Even
I was about to say that's true, but he said it for me. Okay. But he said it for me. Okay.
Mom hated me, but I don't blame her.
Kirkland had previously served a 16-year prison sentence for the killing of his ex-girlfriend. A few years after his
And they let
release,
him out.
Kirkland begun his killing.
See, I know, like, it's supposed to be all, you know, like, rehabilitation and stuff in prison, but I feel like, man, if you didn't kill somebody, like, if you got that mad that you can kill somebody, I feel like you could do it again. I don't want to, like, have to eat my words, but I'm just saying, like, I don't really believe in that whole rehabilitation stuff when it comes to, like, murder and like, you know, the R word, you know, sexual assault, all that. I don't believe in rehabilitation, because it's like, bro, I don't know. That's just me, though. I could be wrong.
Over a 3-year period, he killed 4 women. 2
See?
of them being
He got out
teenagers.
over
Kirkland
3
was
years.
arrested after his 4th
He killed
murder,
more people.
as he was caught with one of the victims'
So
watch.
if they had let him stay in there where he deserved to be, and he had never gotten out, nobody else would have died, right? That's just my logic, though. I don't know.
iPod, which made him a lead suspect. Eventually, police were able to pin all the murders to Kirkland. Now in court, as the charges are being read out, Kirkland is facing the death penalty, and next, he appears to faint.
Count 4, aggravated murder.
Sir, you can stand up.
Kirkland was later found guilty on all
You
charges
still about to
and
get the
sentenced to
years.
death. He is currently on death row awaiting his execution
yeah.
at the Chillicothe
Took
Correctional
4 lives,
Facility.
so might as well. Yeah, might as well, my guy.
This is
That wasn't
Christopher
too bad,
Mc...
y'all. Alright, well, I'll see y'all in the next one. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And I'll see y'all next time. Thank you for watching.